Whoa now, what's happening with it? I know I've been gone for a minute, MIA, but I'm gonna try to do better. But anyway, I had some things on my mind, so I figured I'd make a video since I hadn't made one in a while. And let's just talk about it. I'm in NOLA, home, actually. It's a little hot, a little humid, and it's about to rain, but we're gonna get it done. So today we're going to talk about feelings and jealousy and different stuff like that. And it was something that happened. I made a post on TikTok about some things about me. I told y'all it's humid. I got to take these glasses off, put the fogging up. But anyway, I made a post on TikTok about some things about me, and one of the things was if you're my friend or if you're friends with me, I don't want to hear about your other friends, even if I'm friends with those friends. Now I'm gonna tell you what I mean by that, and then I'm gonna tell you where that comes from, right? So what I mean by that is, if me and you talking or me and you kicking it or whatever the situation is, and you always bringing up this other friend, it's like, why you, if that's the case, go talk to that other friend. I mean, I might be wrong for that. Am I wrong for that? But let me tell you the whole scenario, and then you tell me whether or not, if I'm wrong or not. And let me just tell you this for the record. That was one of my first times really, or admitting, or not admitting to it to myself, but really saying that out loud, right? Because I always felt like, that's not cool. Why would you say that? Why would you feel like that? But that's the way I feel. So, and I also feel like we should stop making excuses, or not excuses, but stop being sorry for who we are. Now, if it's something that's gonna hurt somebody, obviously we want to change that. You know what I'm saying? But we are who we are, and our feelings are our feelings. They're not always 100% right, but they're our true feelings. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let me get back into it. So the craziest part about this is I have a friend, right? And it's a female. And it's nothing more than friends, I promise you. It's nothing more than friends. But not every day, not all the time, but she always seemed to bring up this one person. Now, and here's the thing. I'm married. She's married. My wife know her. I know her husband. We cool like that. It's like we're friends, right? But she always seemed to bring up this one person. We talk about her husband, not talk about him, but you know what I'm saying? That's a different, like if you're talking about your husband or your old man or your boyfriend, whatever, that's different. But this friend is a friend of, he's a friend of mine as well, and he's a friend of hers, but it's always, and this is just my opinion, because I could be 100% wrong from her perspective. That's what I mean. But why you always gotta tell me what, well, so-and-so said this, and so on. It's like, and it's not always going against what my opinion of the situation is, or it's not like she's telling me that to say, well, he said you know what I'm saying? It's not one of them situations, but for some kind of way, and I've never admitted this before, but I for a lot of years, for a long time, I was a jealous man, right? That came to my girlfriends, my wives, or whatever. I was a jealous man. I'm still jealous to an extent. And with my new wife, more so than jealousy, is that I'm spoiled, that she spoils me, and I don't want her to do the same thing. In other words, let me tell you a little side note about that. One time, because my wife bakes and she's a planner, all that type of stuff, right? So long story short, she's always doing something for her people at work. And I'm cool with that. I've always been cool with that. And I know, especially when it comes to the men, I know who men are, and I know who likes her. And I mean, I don't have no problem with that because I feel secure in me and in who she is. You feel what I'm saying? That's why it's a little less jealousy, but more spoiled on my end. So one time I asked her to make me something, which I don't always do in that sense. And she did. And it was something that we tried, it was something new that we tried. And then there was some left because I didn't need it all, whatever the situation. And she made a comment that she'll bring it to work. And I flipped. I was like, no, you ain't gonna bring it to work. Them people get all of everything and then blase, whoop. And moral of the story is, don't make something for me and then give it to your friends or your people. They get enough as it is. And I think I said that to her. Until this day, she hadn't done that again. But she understood what I meant by that. So back into the story as far as being jealousy. And I feel like I'm being 100% transparent, but I feel like that's not cool, because how you gonna be jealous of somebody that you just friends with, and she got a whole husband, you got a whole woman, and it ain't even like y'all on that type of time, you know what I'm saying? Because we really, literally just friends, you know what I'm saying? Ain't never been nobody stepped out or said nothing. It is none of that. And that's why I wanted to kind of make this video, because I feel some kind of way about it, because why am I having these feelings like this? You know what I'm saying? But it's not just for that person. I'm that way with a lot of people. It's like if I do something, and granted, we all say we don't need validation and all of that, and nobody had. Yeah, I understand that and I get it, and I think you should work towards a better space when it comes to that. But I think to some extent, or I'll say for me, I need that. I need everything that I need, and for whatever reason that I need. I know where most of my stuff comes from, and I've said it over and over again in these videos. You know what I'm saying? And one day I'll share that testimony. But I know where all of my stuff comes from. And even though I know, and this is not being boastful, this is not being braggadocious, this is not being egomaniac or egotistical or whatever, but I know the gifts that God has given me. I know what I'm good at. I know what I can do. I know all of that stuff, right? But if I do something and you compliment me or you like what I do, don't come telling me that so-and-so can do that too. Or don't come telling me that, oh yeah, because this one did it. Because, you know, we have those type of friends. Well, I've had those friends that everything I do or everything that I've done in life, you got to one-up it. That's always been an issue for me. Because why? Let me have my time in the sun. You know what I'm saying? As much as I love my brother, and anybody who know me know, but as much as I love my brother, for a long time, people didn't even know my name. I was Kenny LeBeau brother. I was cool with that because I'm a loner anyway. I don't like a lot of people around me. I don't like to be in a lot of stuff. I'm more so by myself and a homebody and to myself, all of that. So I'm cool with that. But just picture that in the sense that I'm saying, if I had to live my life as his brother, and instead of being, oh, that's Adam LeBeau or that's Boo, because they used to call me that growing up. Everybody knew me as that. But and he's younger than me, but he was one of them dudes. He was outgoing, everybody loved him, he was good at everything, he was drum major in the band. As a freshman, he went and took over the drum section in the band, and that's a big thing in Louisiana, if you don't know, in New Orleans, that's a big thing, but not to get off subject. But I'm saying all of that to say is, I need what I need as well. And for a long time, I didn't want to say what I need because I didn't want to seem selfish, or I didn't want to seem, what's the word? There's a lot of words, but I didn't want to seem like needy or selfish, or you know what I'm saying, or gotta be pumped up, or because in a lot of cases I don't. But then that made me feel some kind of way about saying when I do, or when I am feeling some kind of way about that type of stuff, right? So anyway, back to the story. It's like, why am I feeling like this? You know what I'm saying? And a lot, like I say, a lot of it I get it, but to be able to just, I don't know, it's hard to process. You know what I'm saying? Because again, this friendship is strictly platonic. It started that way. It's still that way. It's gonna be that way. You know what I mean? And me and her, we click because we're a lot alike in the sense of being introverted. Like, she's to herself. She don't deal with a lot of people, but I'm sure she got a bunch of her own friends or whatever. I don't deal with a lot of people, but I have my friends, and you know what I'm saying? But we just click. We get each other in that sense, and we're both singers, and so we got that in common too. You know what I mean? But this is weird, or it's strange as to why this bothers me so much. And like I say, I keep saying it. I know why. And I've been here before with different people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess it was just something I wanted to talk about openly, because I don't excuse me, I don't speak on stuff like that all the time, because I feel like, especially as a man, these are just things that you don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be considered soft or weak or spicy, or all of the little words they say now. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not a stand-up dude because you're feeling these feelings and you're talking about all of that is all of that, but I ain't even tripping on all of that. But that's the thing. It's like, that bothered me. It bothers me. Like somebody else made a comment, and it was like, so I'm sitting here having dinner with you, and this was somebody who commented on my TikTok post. She said, I get it, I agree, because I'm sitting here with you. I done bought dinner for you, and you talking about everybody else. What am I, chopped liver? And I guess that's where it kind of hit home for me, because it's like, okay, this dude is cool. Now don't get me wrong, and I'm just gonna be I'm gonna be a whole 100% about it. This dude is cool. I'm cool with him. Bass player, bad bass player. And he ain't a bad looking dude from I think he's from Jamaica or whatever, so he got that accent too. So is that me being jealous of him, or me just being jealous, or me just feeling some kind of way? Because I know you talk to him. I know you, just like we don't talk on the phone. We always texting and sending each other memes and different type of stuff like that. We'll talk when we're in person, but that's about the extent of it. But so I know you talk to him. Is that you trying to solidify that we just friends, and I got other friends, but we don't have, that's the thing, we don't have that kind of friendship. So it ain't never been nothing that you have to remind me, or no kind of way I come at you that makes you think that whatever. But I don't know, it's crazy. It's just crazy. And I'm not going to keep going on and on about it. But it's just wild. It's weird. But it's like, again, is that me being jealous of him, even though I like the dude too, because he cool and everything about him cool, you know what I'm saying? And or is that me being jealous of her having another friend too? And I thought I was your friend. And I've heard people say that before. But I never kind of got caught up into that. But I heard people say that. Like there was some other situation on the internet where somebody said, I can't remember. Lolly, yeah, this chick I follow from New Orleans, her name Lolly. She lives in Chicago now. But anyway, she said, if I invite you somewhere, and she said, if I invite you somewhere, don't come telling me so-and-so coming too. Or don't come bringing somebody else. Because if I invited you, not you and all your other friends. If I wanted to spend time with you, I wanted to spend time with you and not all your other friends. Or something like that. But I guess that's the most of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I don't know, maybe I'm taking it way out of context, or way out of content, or way out of context, or however you say it. Maybe I'm taking it the wrong way, or maybe it's something inside of me that I need to deal with. But y'all tap in and tell me, you know what I'm saying, what your thoughts are on it. Because it's weird, and for me to constantly be thinking about it, because I think what makes me think about it the most is that because we're just friends. Why am I acting like this over a friend? But I've felt that way with friends before, like even with partners of mine. Like, bruh, if me and you about to hook up, because I had some partners years ago where some of us, like, we'll just get together and go hang out, shoot some pool, or go get something to eat, go to the show, you know, anything like that. But if it's just us, you need to let me know if you bringing somebody else, because I ain't with that, because I don't rock with everybody. And just because I'm friends with you, that don't mean I'm friends with your other friends, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So it's deep and it's a lot of layers, but I just wanted to tap in and talk about that today. So like I say, y'all tap in and tell me what you think about that. And I can accept if it's out of pocket and all of that, you know what I'm saying? Because it's really weird to me, you know, and I don't get it. I don't know. I do know where it comes from, and I'll tell you a little bit about that now. But like I say, one day I'll tell my whole testimony about what happened to me when I was a kid and all of that. A lot of where my stuff comes from. But I always felt, well, I'm sure we've all been there. Not all of us, because some of us was real popular and the athletes and the man in school and all that kind of stuff. The funny was that I always felt as a kid I was kind of unnoticed. Like, I was always overweight. I was told by girls that this one girl, she was so pretty and I liked her so much. And she literally told me that I would be so handsome if I wasn't big, or if I lose some weight or some shit like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, because y'all done heard it. Like a lot of the females, they hear, you'll be bad if you lose some weight if you wasn't a big girl. You pretty for a big girl, all that type of shit. That's craziness to me. Because if you're pretty, you're pretty. If you're handsome, you're handsome. That's just my opinion on that. But anyway, I'm not going to go deep into that. But that's why, where a lot of my feelings come from, insecurity, because I was always insecure. And even now, I get complimented on different things. And even though I should be past that, because I'm 61 years old now, but those things don't go away like that. You know, people say you should grow up and you should be to move past that. Well, if you lived your whole life that way, for the most part, without therapy and a lot of work, you don't get past that. And even with therapy and a lot of work, it's hard to get past that, because a lot of us still live in those mentalities, or live in that 12-year-old, 15-year-old boy head. You know what I'm saying? Because that's who we were. That's who we are. I mean, we grow and we learn and we do better and all of that, but that's still a part of who we were and who we are. So anyway, I don't know if this made any sense, but I just wanted to make a video about it, and I really want y'all to tap in and tell me, good, bad, or indifferent. It don't matter. Just tell me, because I can't figure it out. Like I say, I know where it comes from. And it comes from insecurity. It comes from all of that stuff. But why do we do that? You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, this friend is cool. I like this friend. I like the dude she be telling me. That's crazy part. But I don't want to hear about it when I'm talking to you. I want to talk about you or me or something funny or something music-wise or something that I don't want to talk about it. Now, it's different. Like I said, it's different if we talking about your man or your husband or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or my wife or me or whatever. That's different. And I don't know why that's different, but I guess that's it. But you know, it's crazy. I guess that's it. So, y'all tap in. And thanks for watching. And like I said, I'll try to be more consistent. So y'all be easy, and we'll see you in the next one. One love.